Now, as parents, we have a vital role in helping our children develop meaningful goals and ambitions. Then, we have to link their academic performance in school to their long-term ambitions. However, a word of caution, don't impose your own expectation and needs on their academic performance. In my previous video, we talked about why some children are failing in their exams. If you have not watched that video, please take 5 minutes to watch it. It will help you understand your children and yourself a bit better too. I would classify it as mandatory viewing for any parent. Hi, my name is Teacher Kean from Teaching Verdi. As a licensed headmaster and HRDF trainer, I've helped hundreds of parents and children improve their relationships. Today, let's talk about how we can help children who are failing in their exams. Now remember, a person's success is determined by their emotions. Now, children will only put in effort when they can overcome emotions like laziness and fear. Now, as parents, we have to show them and teach them how to be productive, respectful, and organized. Now, first, we must teach our children that they are responsible for the emotions they feel. Yes, bad things happen all the time, but it is entirely within our control if we want to stay in a bad or lazy mood. We are responsible for taking action and getting back quickly on the road to productivity and positivity. Secondly, we must guide our children to focus on what they should do now or what they must do next. To regulate our emotions, we have to stop dwelling on past mistakes and let go of things we cannot control. In my previous video, I've spoken about how it's important to tell our children what we want them to do instead of telling them what we want them to avoid. You can find the link to that video in the description below. Goal setting is one of the most important ingredients for success. As Earl Nightingale said, imagine an airplane has set off with a destination. 999 out of 1,000 times, the airplane will get to its destination safely. Or what would happen if an airplane has set off with no destination? Eventually, it would run out of fuel and crash. And that's exactly how our minds work. We drift and burn out if we do not have a clear destination. Now, as parents, we have a vital role in helping our children develop meaningful goals and ambitions. Then, we have to link their academic performance in school to their long-term ambitions. However, a word of caution, don't impose your own expectation and needs on their academic performance. This means you should avoid using language like, I'm going to be proud if you get good results, or I'm going to be angry if you fail again. Such behavior is damaging to your relationship. Help our children realize that their performance is not to make us happy or to please us, but is to help them in their journey to achieve their dreams. It is for their own benefit. Instead of apologizing to your children like this, I know you don't like math, but you still have to do your homework. I know you've had a long day at school. You can skip tuition classes today. I know it's very hard, but you still have to try. Now instead, we have to do this. Number 1, we have to tell them what to do when the work is challenging. Number 2, we have to show them the benefits of overcoming a challenge. And number 3, we have to tell them that they'll be ahead of their peers and friends if they can overcome challenges. Now here's some examples of what to say to our children instead. I can see why you're confused here. Let's take it step by step. Or another example would be, what's the first thing we have to calculate in this question? Another example would be, this looks like a challenge now, but you will feel very proud of yourself when you are done. Finally, another example, most people won't know this until they start working. Listen carefully to my instructions and you will be ahead of all of them. Finally, seek a personal tutor or look for suitable tuition classes if your children are falling behind academically. And do it early. Many modern education systems are merciless. If your child starts to fall behind in their early academic years, there's a cascading effect which results in your child suffering in future academic years. And I cannot stress this enough. I see this all the time. Often parents come to me a few months before a major exam or checkpoint and expect miracles when in fact their child has been failing for years. They lack the fundamentals from previous years to understand the current syllabus. Some parents don't want to send their children to tuition because they are afraid their children will be stressed. Well, the truth is, if your child requires help, putting it off is just backloading all the stress to the exam year. Alright, those are the most important pointers I have for you today. Now, if you feel like your situation is unique or if you require specific advice, please do not hesitate to contact us at www.teachingworthy.com. Thank you, and please remember to share these lessons which are worth sharing.